It's time, it's time. It's Sunfire Talent time. And you're about to tune into another hot show with the founder, Alicia Collins. So, get your tea, get comfortable, and open your ears. It's time to check out today's hot topics and much more.
All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome to another episode of Sunfire Talent. Thank you for everyone who's been with me the last few weeks. Today, this is our third and special episode with Miss Rachel Muskopf. She's actually a wellness fitness coach, and she's straight from Virginia, and she's going to give you a lot more today. So if you do want to join us, ask questions toward the end or toward the middle. She's going to give all her social media contacts. So all of those that are in fitness or plan to be in fitness, because now COVID is over. Here's your chance to get some tips. And you could always contact her for more questions. Please welcome to the show, Rachel Muskopf. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I really am honored that you invited me. What a pleasure.
Wow, it's great. I've been trying to get you on for a minute, and it's not your fault. It's the fact that with COVID, you got to figure out the ins and the outs of when to do things and how to do things. And sometimes it just falls all together.
That's right. It falls into place exactly when it's supposed to fall in place.
Yes.
You know?
So please tell us about yourself. Let Sunfire Talent know why we brought you on.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for the intro. Yes, my name is Rachel Muskopf, and I'm a health and wellness coach. I help people with their health and fitness. I help them get started with just simple steps. We work on nutrition, we work on fitness, we work on mindset. A lot of people come to me wanting to lose weight, but really it starts with the belief in themselves and believing that it's possible for them. So that's everything is virtual, and I've been blessed even through the COVID stuff to be able to work with clients here in the States, in the UK, and in Canada, and we've even expanded into France. So
Yes.
It's been really exciting to be able to still help people virtually.
So for all our French followers from France, if you want to participate, there's no excuse. She has now entered France. Oui. All right. How did you get interested in teaching others fitness?
Wow, it goes all the way back to college years. I was not athletic growing up at all. I spent most of my time, I joined a softball team because my uncle was the coach, and I spent most of the time on the bench juggling the softballs. But when I got to college, it was really stressful. So everybody would go to the gym, and that's how they manage their stress. So I started working out. I'm like, I didn't know what I was doing. I'd just get on a machine, and then I decided I wanted to work for the gym just part-time to, make some extra money. And I looked over and I saw this fitness class going on in the gym, and I'm like, that looks like fun. I want to try that. Back in the day, in your early 20s, you're fearless. You just go, yeah, I want to do that. And you just go do it. Yeah. So that's how I got into it. I was in front of people, not even a clue what I was doing, but I was like, this is fun.
Yeah, that's how it starts off. Yeah, because we're not going to go back into all the projects I did in my 20s. So
yeah, it's trial and error, right?
Yes. With age comes wisdom. I learned that the hard way, but I learned it. And it's still got a lot more aging to do.
Well, hey, we're always learning. Never, ever stop learning. I think when you get older, sometimes fear takes over. You start limiting yourselves, and that's a shame because there's so much you can do well into, your 90s.
And with the power of the internet, we've seen some 80s, some 90s flexing muscles that we didn't know existed because the last 20 years has brought us from my room to everyone else's room. So this fitness thing it's ongoing. So I'm glad you're here to me up and everyone watching up, because we definitely all need it. So speaking of, growing up, who did you admire in fitness?
Oh my gosh, I'm dating myself, but my mom would buy these vinyl records that would have a fitness routine on it. And it was Jane Fonda, and we would listen to it and try to do what she was describing to do. So I would say fitness wise, that was probably my influence way, way, way back, when I was in my teens
I
trying to.
think she's still fit too. Like, is
Oh,
she
absolutely.
like into yoga now?
Yeah,
She's
she's
like
had some hip
flexible, like
issues and who knows what, but yeah, she's still going strong.
so I know it's like I know COVID is still there and people are still going from their 9 to 5 and you do fitness and motivation. What does a typical fitness day look like for you? Do you write about what you're about to do next? Do you just do what you do next? What's a typical day for you?
Well, actually, I partnered with Beachbody, who has wellness programs all mapped out with a calendar. And so all I have to do is roll out of bed, drink maybe a pre-workout drink, just to kind of get my energy boost. And I just press play, and I can follow one of their master trainers. So I teach fitness classes, but it's so nice just to be able to like push play and they tell me what to do, and they've already mapped it all out. They know what I did yesterday. They know what I'll be doing tomorrow. So I prevent overtraining and I get the best results that way.
Got you. So
Yeah.
skip to a question, okay? There's a lot of folks out there that you see on the internet that overtrained. Has there been a situation in your life? Oh, the hand comes up. Has there been a situation in your life where you overdone it?
Heck yeah. More than once. Sometimes in life, you have lessons that you need to learn, and you need to learn, and you need to learn again. And I've certainly done that. I've injured myself. But the main one, of course, probably that's what you're referring to, is as a fitness instructor, I was teaching. Even though I had a full-time job, I was teaching every day, 6, 7 times a week, and then working out on top of that because at age 43, for some reason, I just decided I was going to get in the best shape ever. And I looked back into my 20s and thought, well, the way I did it back then was I just worked out more. Noticed nothing about nutrition. I just worked my way. I'm a workhorse, workaholic basically. And so that's what I started to do. And what I ended up doing, to save you like a bunch of details, is driving my resting heart rate down to where, unbeknownst to me, my heart was stopping at night when I was sleeping. My heart would lose the signal to beat. And until I collapsed in the middle of the day at a grocery store, I wasn't willing to admit to myself that there was something wrong. I was in denial. And I ended up in the emergency room that night. And within 24 hours, I was fitted with a pacemaker because my heart rate was
Wow.
way too low. So my heart stopped within 12 hours. I think it stopped 3 or 4 times.
Wow. So
But
you are a walking miracle.
yeah, just because of overtraining.
Ah,
Much cardio. Then I discovered that a lot of marathon runners experience the same issue. You drive your heart rate just down so low. It's like medicine. You take just enough, it's very beneficial. You get too much, not good, not enough, not good. So you got to find that
that equal
space that works.
balance.
Yeah,
Yes.
balance.
So, folks out there, we have
Yeah,
a fitness coach telling you to watch the warning signs.
right,
It didn't
right,
come
right.
from my mouth. It came from a coach, a fitness.
Now I work out 20, 30 minutes a day, not 2, 3 hours. So I'm saving myself time and I'm getting way better results. And because of those changes, and also my nutrition's better. So I've, dove into that. But because of that, the last 3 checkups I had with my cardiologist, my pacemakers used less than 1% of the time. That means my heart is doing 99 point whatever percent of the work. So I'm very blessed that tells me what I'm doing is working and it's going in the right.
Exactly. We gotta keep you going, girl. Shoot.
Yeah,
I want you
I'm
on 20 years
bionic
from
now.
now. You make me want to go and exercise this moment, but unfortunately,
Good.
finish this, right?
Yeah.
So what are you working on now? What's on the horizon?
Oh my goodness. There's so many things. One, the opportunity to work with you and just talk about, health in general, and maybe just even if just one person hears this and is inspired to start taking better care of themselves. That's really what my goal is overall, is to motivate people to move and use movement and fitness as movement, not to chase down a number on the scale. So that's my passion, to help people sidestep, health issues like I've had. And so on the horizon, I have a group coming up for June. It's going to be our summer squad.
Really?
A lot of people are going to events now and they want to look good. But I want to help people do it in a healthy way, more of a lifestyle approach versus let's get on this diet for 2 weeks. No,
And then splurge after.
yeah, something that's more sustainable, where you don't feel deprived all the time. So that's one thing I have underway. Another one is I'm working with a company called Sustainable Happiness Together, and we're working on some training to help women with their wellness. So that's underway right now. I'm doing some bonus videos for them. So a lot of opportunities are opening up, and I just want to be of service to people and to help them with their health.
Yes. So that almost answers my question. What's the best part of coaching?
It's the best part, when someone's excited and they're willing and open and coachable to trying something new. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people think they have to go all in and change everything. And I love it when people will take it just one step at a time. And that's what I try to help people, because we get so overwhelmed. We want to change everything. And then a week down the road, we're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. Well, no wonder. You're trying to, turn your life over, like everything all at once. So even if you start with drinking water, that's your first little step, and you start to get momentum there. And then we just kind of add another little building block, and then another. So I like working with people that are willing to slow it down and work on the long-term sustainable health approach.
Got you. I know I'm skipping ahead, but so while everybody's so anxious to hear about you, can you tell us a little bit about your contacts of how to reach you?
Oh, sure. I'm on social media. So Instagram at Rachel Muskopf. So RachelMuskopf. It's not the easiest name to spell, but it's unique.
Yes.
And then I'm also on Facebook, Rachel Muskopf, but I think it's under Rachel M. Healthy Fit. And so I have those two ways. And then, of course, email rachelmhealthyfit@gmail.com. So there's several different ways to contact me and ask more about the group that I'm managing for June.
I tell you guys, once you go on to see all of her social media contacts, I have been through all of them. Every single page you go to, you're 1,000% pumped after she's in there.
Oh,
And she's always got something motivational. Speaking of it, I'm gonna put you on the clock. Okay, give us a tad bit of something motivational that you said in the last 24 hours.
oh my goodness, you did put me on the spot, girl.
I've been paying attention. I know you have something motivational. I will be in my moment. Let's hear something motivational. Snap, snap, snap.
Well, I went live this morning on Facebook just to share about God's timing and how we're always in a rush and we always want things to happen, but there are so many things that are working out behind the scenes that we're not even aware of, that things just kind of fall into place when they're intended to fall into place. And so that could be with your health journey, that could be with your love life, that could be with just about anything. And the example that I gave in my live video was when I was in my late 20s. I wanted to find my soulmate, and I, honest to God, was at a point where I'd take anybody. And then here comes James. Within reason, but here comes my husband, and he is beyond what I could ever imagine I would have as a husband, like supportive. And the way we connected was quotes from a old Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Wow.
Princess Bride. Like, you just don't know how someone could be your perfect match when you're trying to force it all the time. And they
Yeah.
may not be ready for you yet. So
Yeah, I've learned that hard way too.
yeah, yeah. So
So we've
God's
not
perfect
only
timing.
learned about fitness, we learned about soulmates, all in the same conversation.
Yes, it's all together. It's when you take care of yourself and you focus on you and what you can change about yourself. I think that's the hardest part. We always want to change someone else to fit us instead of working just on ourselves, because that's the only one we can actually control.
Yes,
So
that's so
that's the
true.
hardest lesson.
Yeah, that's hard. Our egos can jump in the way sometimes, but
It is. It's
as
not
they
easy.
say, with age comes wisdom.
Yes.
Daniel-san. I watched a lot of Karate Kid growing up. So on that note, let's ask you a little fun question. If you would do a play or a movie, and who would you have play you if you had to do a story about your life?
I love this question. Oh, I thought Jennifer Aniston. I don't know why she popped into my brain immediately. Probably because she's in a lot of comedy, romantic comedies, and she's lovable and she's kind and people like her. And she's just, I mean, kind is what, and she's beautiful. She's aging really
Yeah,
well.
did you see the
So check.
Friends reunion?
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she's in the, like, they've been talking about it. There's a Friends reunion where all of them were there. So,
Oh, I
uh,
love that.
yes, you should Google
Yes, I
that.
will. As soon as I'm off this call.
So I'm assuming that you prefer virtual classes over personal classes, or do you prefer personal classes over virtual classes?
I'm truly blessed to be able to do both now that things are opening up. I've been teaching fitness classes, like I said, since college, so longer than I've had my current job, over 25 years. I enjoy it. I love interacting with people and motivating them, real time. But I also love the flexibility of a virtual community, because we're all busy and we're all on different schedules. And I love the flexibility of a virtual group where people can work out according to their schedule. I can check in on them when my schedule, it suits my schedule. So it opens up just for me the ability to help more. So I think the virtual, I can help more and expand more, whereas the one-on-one and the live classes are fun, but my influence on their lives is not as broad as a virtual opportunity.
Oh, well, we heard you. So I guess we have talked about motivation, we talked about soulmates, we talked about fitness your contacts. Okay. So outside of that, do you have any final words, any shout outs to anyone in the land, any thank yous to anyone out there that you would like to do? This is your chance to shout
Oh,
out who you want to shout out.
well, thank you first and foremost for inviting me. I love that I was so honored for you to ask me to come and just chat. I really, really do appreciate each and every opportunity. But for you and I, since we know each other, I was like so excited, so excited. So
Yes.
thank you, first of
Oh,
all.
thank
And
you.
I thank my husband because he's just so supportive of, everything, anything I want to get into and dig into. He's like, go for it. And I know not everyone in their lives have people like that in their lives. So it's really nice to have someone, in your back corner, rooting for you. And I also like to thank my coach, Melissa McAllister. She's the one who actually invited me to become a coach. She's like, I think you'd make a good coach. And I'm like, really? So that was almost 4 years ago now.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I really, really, really appreciate her for opening the door to this virtual opportunity. And so, yeah, if anyone's interested either in the groups that I run or becoming a coach, that's an opportunity that's available as well. It's just an
Yeah.
amazing, amazing opportunity.
So what we're going to do is we're going to be running this podcast for at least 2 to 3 months. Okay.
Wow.
And we want to make sure that we give our listeners a chance to watch this, get to know Rachel, and kind of like get in the groove of motivating yourself to start getting fit, or just motivating yourself to be alive. Whatever
Yeah,
your motivation is, there
right.
you go.
I
Okay.
want to give a couple tips then, since you said this will be playing for a couple, 2, 3 months. To those of you who are starting out, you want to do something healthy, you want to get healthier, and you don't know where to start. I just want to give you some tips that you can do for free that doesn't cost you anything. So, water, hydration, adding that in, having your water right there, ready to drink. Um, if you don't drink much water, just add 1 extra glass a day. Just one will make a difference and build from there. I talked about simple steps where you're not trying to drink a gallon. We'll just start with the glass. Second thing, if you've never or you haven't worked out in a really long time, going for a walk, and I'm not talking speed walking, I'm actually saying slow down, leave the phone in your pocket or back at your place, and just go for a walk and breathe. Just getting that oxygen and that sunlight does wonders. It's an emotional release when you slow down, you disconnect from social media, and you just walk and you just kind of look around at the birds and the flowers and just kind of soak it all in. Those are two things. And then the last thing in the nutrition part is just add vegetables, fresh vegetables. If you don't eat that, I didn't for the longest time. I'd have 1 sprig of broccoli and I'd be like, I have vegetables today. That bad.
Don't
But
cheat.
just adding 1 extra serving of vegetables a day, just one, and then working to build it up from there. Those 3 things alone, you're going to be feeling so much better. You're going to be bringing inflammation down. You're going to be doing something for your mind and your body and soul. So that's where I would start if you're looking for an easy place to start.
Yes. Okay. All right. I guess we can end it there. So thank you, Sunfire Talent crew, community, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you're seeing this. Thank you. Thank our special guest. You can find her on all her social media sites. And we are now going to end with a positive word. One more positive word from you.
One more positive word. You are bold, beautiful, intelligent. You have everything inside of you to have your best life. Believe in yourself.
Believe
I'm rooting for you.
in yourself. All right, guys. Peace, love around the world. Thank you for joining us for Sunfire Talent.
Thank you.